What's going on, everyone? My name's Kellan Reck. I do video production mainly for the Boston Red Sox. I am a shooter editor for the team, so I follow the team around and get behind the scenes footage, game action footage, cover just about any of the video needs for the team. And on the side, I do YouTube videos. So I do video tutorials on editing, shooting, home office setups, various After Effects and Adobe Premiere tutorials, and all that realm. So anything and everything that has to do with video, shooting and editing, that's pretty much my world over here. So that's a little bit of who I am. I got my inspiration to start long ago as a kid. I always wanted to be out there making videos and shooting things with my friends. I can remember finding old digital cameras, and me and the boys, when we were in probably middle school, would go out and make these epic scenes out in the backyard and film these fun little events and make, lightsaber battles and things like that. And I always thought, this is amazing. And that was sort of my inspiration to start. I thought, wow, this is cool. I never really thought at that point that I could make a career out of it, but I knew that I loved it and certainly had that hobby and that desire in the back of my mind early on. My earliest entrepreneurial memory, oh man, back in elementary school, I used to get these cravings to find a way to make money. So I'd either ask my mom if I could go out and rake the leaves to earn some cash or shovel the snow or things like that. But I remember particularly me and my one friend, Nick, would do lemonade stands in the front yard. So we'd make a whole bunch of lemonade, go sit in the front yard for hours and get people to stop and, buy a cup here or there. And we ended up really starting to build it out. We'd bring out stuffed animals and try to sell them too. And we were trying to do whatever we could to push a little cash. And we were probably 10 years old at the time. So it was kind of a funny little thing, but it worked and it was fun. And it was a nice little business venture as youngsters. I haven't started any businesses in particular. For question 3 here. I would say the main business I've started on the side, aside from my main work, is doing freelance video production and video editing. So I do a lot of graphic animation editing through After Effects, a lot of standard editing through Adobe Premiere, and then I'll do a lot of filming. So filming weddings or flying the drone or, getting any particular promotional B-roll for companies or businesses. So that's my main side business that I do. I haven't had any mega entrepreneurial online failures, but I have had, courses that I put a bunch of time into and they didn't quite pan out how I wanted to. So I guess in a way it's a failure because I put a large number of hours into creating videos or courses, and then they just didn't end up doing much. It's a little bit hard to call it a failure because in a lot of ways it's just more training, more practice, more development. So you got to take that away from it. But I suppose you could call it a failure in terms of converting to money or clicks or viewership. For my happiest entrepreneurial moment, I have 2 sort of specific things. One would be probably the first freelance gig that I did that made over $5,000, and it was a video editing gig, animation, and I thought, wow, this is crazy, because early on I was doing $100 here, $200 there, and I thought that was really cool. But once the numbers shot up, it started to feel like the real deal and sort of gave me extra motivation to press on with it. Otherwise, probably the YouTube channel that I've been working on, we're about to pass 40,000 subscribers, so that's doing really well, and that's kind of a nice, exciting boost. And I almost don't even think of that as an entrepreneurial thing. It's kind of just a fun side business, but in the way it is growing, I can now view it as a source of income and motivation to press on. I don't have any particular marketing strategy. I've used Reddit a lot for my YouTube channel to push out videos to certain niches, which is a good way for different video content creators to get their video type or specific video to the correct audience. So that's a good marketing strategy. You can also use Facebook ads. I do this a lot to really market directly to a specific audience. So you can really narrow it down. I use that a lot. And that pushes through Instagram as well. So that's probably the best marketing strategy I've used. It ends up, a lot of the videos I push out on Facebook end up getting a click for every cent I put into it. So, if I put $1 into it, I get 100 clicks. So that's a good location to look into marketing your content if that's, what you're doing. Or if you have a product that you want to sell on Facebook or Instagram, it's a good way to look into things for marketing. So in relation to what equipment and software where I use, all of my work or most of my work is video production. So I use all of the Adobe Creative Cloud. That's After Effects, Premiere, Lightroom, Photoshop, just about everything they have. And then for equipment, I use all different types of cameras. I have an iMac for my computer. I use generally a Canon 5D Mark IV for my main camera, but I use all different types of cameras, C100s, C200s, DSLRs, even the iPhone, pretty much anything that I can use to make content, whatever I have available at the time. I always tell people to take out their phone if they don't have anything, and you can get some pretty spectacular shots just using your phone these days. So that's the equipment and software that I use, but I don't think it necessarily matters what you use. It's more so that you're using it. So that's kind of my tip there. I make, in this question about making money online, I probably have 3 or 4 different outlets, mainly stemming from YouTube. I've got the AdSense revenue that comes in. Then I've got Amazon affiliate links, which basically is if somebody clicks on one of the links in your description and then purchases something through Amazon, you get a cut of that money. On top of that, let's see, what do I have for other online income? In the past, I've sold like shirts, merchandise, or even presets through the YouTube channel. Not something I'm currently doing, and that's just because I've focused some efforts elsewhere on some other things, but something I'd like to get back into. That's my main online income right now, aside from doing freelance work, a lot of which is work from home and coordinated over the internet. There is actually, in addition to all of that, sometimes sponsorship on YouTube videos. So a company will reach out and say, hey, can you throw a plug into our company? Or they'll send me a product to review, and that's a way to do it as well. So most of my online income is stemming through the YouTube channel, but there are different branches and outlets from which the money can come there. My biggest online mentor isn't even, I don't know that mentor is even the right word for it, probably inspiration. I think most of the YouTube channel inspiration came from a big YouTuber known as Peter McKinnon. He does, similar niche, video production, vlogging, that type of thing. Makes awesome videos, has millions of subscribers, but sort of grew in a big way in around 2017, which is when I really... Well, it's just before I pushed off my channel. My channel really got the big push in probably March of 2018. So watching him gave me a lot of inspiration. So I use him as an inspiration to keep going and keep thinking of new ways to be creative. And then, I look at a lot of my friends as mentors for the freelance realm, the video production freelance, because I have a bunch of friends who are full-time freelancers and run their own businesses, so I like to see what they're doing and then work with them to assist in their business. So it's not my own business in some ways, in a way it is, but it's working through their businesses to take on new jobs. My biggest advice to someone trying to do anything in the video production realm, no matter whether it's sports production, YouTube production, freelance, editing, anything like that, is to just get started. Like I said, it doesn't really matter what gear you have. You could take your phone. I've made videos with my phone that look better than anything with a DSLR or a cinema camera. The key is just getting out there and doing it. So if you want to get into sports and you're in high school or you're in college, go down to your, team's basketball game or hockey game or football game and take out your phone or whatever camera you have and just start shooting, and then cut it into something and Send it to the social media people at the team or your high school or whatever, and cut something for Instagram, or do it yourself, or throw it on TikTok, or just make the content and start building out your own little reel and get the practice in, and then you can go from there. If you want to start a YouTube channel, there's no reason to not just start it. Really, that's my main key and main advice, is just get out there, start doing it, start getting the practice, start building out your reel. In this industry, there's nothing to stop you from beginning. You don't need to get some certificate or anything like that to get started. You can just do it. So that's really the main key, and I hope that's helpful. Thanks, everyone.